Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, this is a little bit of a different read here today. I've asked your spirit guides, Sagittarius' angels, to come in and give you some uplifting, some inspirational messages during this time, because I feel like there's so many changes going on, planetary changes, energetic changes, solar flares, just the eclipses on its own is creating a lot of changes. And so I just wanted to come in and give you some inspirational messages here from your guides and from your angels. I'm going to use this heart deck, and then I'm going to use Archangel Michael, specifically asking him to guide whatever you need to hear right now. So what do we have for Sagittarius, please? Let's see. The throat chakra, interesting. Sagittarius, doing some work on your throat chakra. We have a lot of cards wants to come out. And wow, feeling alone. We have number 5, and then we have number 4, opportunity beckons. So, okay. Sagittarius, Five is about challenges. Five is things to get over, things to get past, things to solve. But once you're over on the other side, there's so much, like if you've been working on the number 5s for a while, like if there's stuff that you've been dealing with and trying to get through for a while, coming out on the other side of that, as you have just gone over 1 5 after the other, there's mastery on the other side of that. Like it's just a really beautiful mastery. And we have opportunity beckons that is now coming in here. But if we start with the throat chakra there, the throat chakra is all about putting your foot down, learning to set boundaries, speaking your truth, living your most authentic life. It's like a lot about like voicing what you need and want, but also simultaneously being heard and understood. I could really understand that someone gets you. It's so important. And so you're working through your throat chakra as we speak to really clear up some stuff in your life. And I know it's tough when we think that, oh, can't we just clear it up with nothing happening at the same time? But it's like, the more things happen where you get to use your voice, or where you get to put your foot down, or where you get to set your boundaries, is a really good thing. You get to practice standing in your power, basically. So you're doing that, you're overcoming certain things, you probably are like toughening up when it comes to like saying no to things you really don't want. Maybe you've been extended your help a little bit too much lately, or that has just been your thing, like you're a people pleaser and you want to make everyone happy, and maybe taking on a little bit too much more than your actual energy handles. And it's like the throat is there to sort of remind you that, okay, are you doing this to people please, or are you doing this for the benefit or your passion? Like, do you feel really, really passionate as you do this? Learn to set the boundaries and learn to stand up for yourself. It can also be that you're like voicing what you need in a specific situation, to have some people hearing you and understanding you, like understand where you come from. Sometimes people just need a little bit of, they need some guidance to understand. Like they're not mind readers. So sometimes we need to voice what it is that you actually need. And feeling alone. So this is also like, it's highlighting just that. Another 5. So we're talking about challenges here and feeling alone in this shift. You probably are going through some stuff here that you don't share with people, because you don't like to share it, because you don't want to even voice it to other people. It's like you think you can work through it alone. But it makes you feel alone. It makes you feel, you can work through stuff alone and it doesn't make you feel lonely. Does that make sense? But this is you feeling lonely. This is you feeling like you don't really have anyone to share certain things with because you feel like they wouldn't understand. But then we have the opportunity beckons here. This is you, and I'm sorry for saying this. I'm not sorry. But like when you are a little bit in victim mode, like to say something to a person who is a little bit of a victim is only going to push them further into the victimhood, right? And I feel that there is a little bit of victimization going on here, Sagittarius, and telling you that you need to get out of that a little bit probably just pushes you further down in the victimhood. If this is not you, Sagittarius, if you don't recognize this in yourself whatsoever, but you understand exactly who I'm talking about, that there's someone really, really close to you that whatever you're trying to bring to them and whatever you're trying to like call them out on in being a victim in a certain circumstance, the more you try to voice something to them and share things with them, the deeper they go into the victimhood. Does that make sense? Be honest with yourself here. Is this about you or is this about someone else? If this is about you, try just to pause for a moment. It sucks to hear that maybe you're in the victim mode, that you feel a little bit sorry for yourself, and it's a little bit, and that's okay to do every once in a while, like do that, but then get out of that energy, because that energy is not beneficial to you whatsoever. You don't get any help there. You don't get any support there. Rather the opposite. You just make more and more things out of feeling that way, which just points out how lonely you are, and it points out how much of a struggle things are when they don't need to be. We have huge opportunities here, and it's like you're not really seeing them, Sagittarius. We have a 4 here, so it's like working with your heart and laying a new foundation for yourself and contemplating wanting to move forward, contemplating, should I jump on this train? Should I try new things? Should I get out of this like feeling alone situation? It's almost like you're pondering it. Yes, it would be so beneficial. And there's like so many opportunities right around the corner. I'm going to tell you, I told another person in a personal reading about the situation where I went to the grocery store. My little boy just had his birthday just not too long ago. And he wanted this, what we call a princess cake. So it's like a cake with the marzipan. It's like a marzipan lid. So you're making the cake yourself, and then on top of it, you buy this already done marzipan, like thin marzipan lid, and you just sort of take that as a lid on top of the cake. And we went to the grocery store, and I already in the back of my mind had a little feeling like, I don't know if they have that here in this store. I don't know if they have it. And the interesting thing was that I went to this store. I'm going to get to the point, I promise. I went to the store that was like really close to me here, and they didn't have it there. So I already had in the back of my mind, like, what do I do if they don't have it? Like, I don't know what other store to go to, and he really wants that cake. So it was already a little bit in the back of my mind that, okay, so this store didn't have it. And then I went into this other store, and I wasn't sure if they were going to have it. And I went down the aisle. I even saw like big chunks of marzipan that you'd almost like nougat or like other things, like almost like a clay feel that you go home and you can do all sorts of things on your own. It's just a big clump of marzipan. I was like, that's so interesting. Those lids should be, it's marzipan right there. So those lids should be right around here. It makes sense to put them right here. Why are they not here? And I started this like, they're not here. Where are they? And I looked and I looked, and I went up and I went down, and I went up and I went down, to make sure that it wasn't there. And then I had this belief that if I go find someone who works here, they'll help me. They'll help me find it, or at least tell me if they have it or not. So I went to this girl, and I had the belief that she was going to help me. And I was like, you know what? I looked up and down, and it's not there. But it might just be right in front of my eyes, and I don't see it. And she came with me, and she just entered the aisle. She literally just entered the aisle, and I saw them. And she was like, they're right there. That's crazy. I've been standing right in front of that and I've been looking at them and I did not see them. For my life, I did not see them. I was so sure. I was looking to, they're not here, they're not here, they're not here, they're not here. So I had in the back of my mind, they're not here. But I also had the belief that if I go to find someone, they're going to help me find it. Or at least tell me if they have it or not. So I can stop wasting my time here. But then there they were. I feel like you're doing something like that. It's so interesting how the brain works. It can be right in front of you. It can be right in front of you, Sagittarius. And it makes sense that it should be right in front of you. It's freaking other marzipan stuff going on around it. So it even should be here. And yet you can't see it. Because your mind is focused on it's not here. There's just this feeling here, like working on this throat chakra, working on standing in your power, working on standing up for yourself, claiming what you need, really claiming what you need, Sagittarius, in this moment in your life. It's really important. And come out of this feeling of not feeling alone anymore. And that there are opportunities flourishing. There are even like they're circling around you. But we're a little bit focused on the fact that the marzipan is not there, so we don't see it. So, and it was like, and when I was at the store, I was like, this is fascinating. Like in the midst of the moment of that, I was like, this is so fascinating how it works. It's so clear how it works. If I have the belief that it's not there, it literally is not there. I couldn't I couldn't see them. And they were right there. Pink ones, green ones, white ones, in stacks. It wasn't hidden behind it like one, it was several of them on its own shelf right above the rest of it. And still I couldn't see it. The opportunities is right around you. So one thing that you can do, Sagittarius, this is from your guides. This is what your guides want you to know right now. Is start to turn around and start to act like, even say the sentences like, it might be that it's right in front of my face. And don't add them what I added. It's just that I don't see it. It might be that it's just right in front of me. I just can't see it. Don't add that I can't see it. But start to say things like, it might just be, because you might not believe it. So if you start to say, it is right in front of my face, and you don't believe it because it's not right in front of your face because you don't see it, then it's just going to lock the energy right down. So start to say things like, it might be here. I might be surprised that it's actually here. I might go on a little journey right now and find things that like a moment ago. I think that there are things there for you, Sagittarius, to grab a hold of. If you start to see it as if it actually might be there, because it is there. There's something you've been doing. There might be a little bit of a victimhood here. There might be a bit of feeling alone, which lowers the vibration. It might be that you have just really practiced this voice of yours for some time now to come into your power that hasn't really allowed for you to see any of this. But as you sort of come more and more into your strength and you open your eyes and you say things like, you might just be here, you will start to notice things around you. Okay, some final messages, or just side note or continuation of the already message from Archangel Michael. What do you have for Sagittarius, please? A favorable outcome, and you're on the right path. It's a favorable outcome, and you're on the right path. That's so beautiful. You're on the right path. Sometimes, when we're off in the ditch sometimes, or in the darkness, or like we're dealing with certain specific things, it doesn't feel like we're on the right path. But those are the things that needs to be cleared out for you to fall on the right path to things that you prefer rather than things that you don't prefer. But we need to clear some stuff out that's in the way of that. And it is a favorable outcome. There's gonna, whatever this hardship or whatever this fight around your throat, around standing up for yourself, setting boundaries, whatever that is about, I don't like to use the term you're going to win, but it's like it's going to turn out in your favor. It's going to really turn out in your favor. It's like a Libra influence here a little bit. We have the scale there. Like it's going to work out. Sagittarius, it's going to work out. So I want to read the prayers. You're on the right path. Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me the loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence that make healthful life changes. You're on the right path. And then we have the prayer for a favorable outcome. And if you like these prayers, rewind and write them down. Thank you for the beautiful outcome to this situation. Thank you for the beautiful outcome to this situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. That's what I have for you, beautiful Sagittarius. Again, if you're interested in a personal reading, perhaps on this very path that you're dealing with right now, please send me a message and we'll take it from there. Thank you, guys. I hope this is inspirational and is giving you some hope for getting on with the right path, moving on in your life forward. Okay? Take care.